Hi guys, welcome back to the hair dry treatment. This time we're going to do something a bit more different. As you can see, we're on a Zoom call. We have Kuma, Liverpool Xiao, we have Mikey as well, because you guys should know why. Arsenal fan back for the Arsenal versus London matchup. We'll get to it a bit later. I mean, both teams currently finding form at the moment. So yeah, we're actually doing things a bit different now because we don't really want to use the studio as much. We want to keep things short for previews. When you see other contents, like a bit more longer contents from us, then yeah, you see us back in the studio again. But for now, just enjoy our surroundings, us chilling at home. I bet some of us are not wearing pants at the moment. I don't know.
No. My pants are on. Don't worry.
Okay. Mike, I don't think you're home, right? So, are you at home?
No, I'm not at home, man. I'm currently at work right now, so gotta hustle through. But anything for Arsenal, anything for the hair dry treatment. So let's go.
Yeah.
All right, that's the spirit.
I guess you're wearing pants at work then. I'm wearing pants as well. Okay, so okay, let's get to it.
Are you sure? You're not wearing shorts again, Kishan? Always in the shorts.
I'm at home. Okay, first game first. First game, Newcastle versus Aston Villa. This game is kicking off slightly later, about 4 a.m. in the morning. So what do you guys think? Come on, you go first.
I mean, there's nothing much to talk about in this game because I think both teams currently their form is quite bad, I would say. Especially Aston Villa dropped off after Grealish injury.
Yeah.
So it's looking quite bleak for them if they want to make it to the European places. So this game is like they are just playing it out for their own causes, especially Newcastle. If they don't want to drop into the relegation zone, I think this is a very important game for them to come away with a result.
Okay.
Well, just to bring up what Kumar said, I think I agree with him. Aston Villa has dropped since they lost their talisman Grealish. So I feel like Newcastle, who are also not in the best of form, but however, I feel like they will use this to their advantage. You're seeing that Aston Villa's talisman is no longer there. They can fight on to try to get the whole 3 points, but it's not going to be an easy game for both sides.
Okay, yeah, I agree. From my point of view, I feel like Villa, they have extra games to play, and if they can grind out a victory, Newcastle is a side that's easy to beat at the moment, and I think you should take your chances. I would honestly go for a Villa win though, like a 1-0 win. 1-0 win. Mike, what's your scoreline prediction?
I think I'll have to be the same with you. 1-0 to Villa. I feel like they still have Ollie Watkins on their side, so I feel like they will use him to their advantage to get the whole 3 points. It won't be a high-scoring game. It won't be an exciting game, but I feel like a 1-0 will be a fair result.
Okay, Liverpool Xiao, what's the prediction for this game?
I don't know, man. I just see like a Friday night kickoff. I don't know. I just see like a 0-0. Just fine. It feels like a 0-0 game. Newcastle is going to frustrate.
Is this actually game of the week?
No, definitely not. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry.
I'll come to you. Okay, next up we have Leeds versus Chelsea. It's kicking off tomorrow. It's Saturday game at 8:30 p.m. I'll go to Mike first. It's a rival, like your London rival Chelsea, who apparently...
Since the last time I was in the studio, I think you guys would have known that I predicted that I assumed that Chelsea won't be playing so well because new manager, stuff like that, but it has been quite a revelation. In the words of Kishan, what was it you called him again? Tommy Tickles?
Yeah, Tommy Tickles.
Tommy Tickles. He has done wonders. They've got on a good run. Their players. He's still finding his team. He's still playing around with his starting 11. But I feel like Chelsea will overpower them. I would say you'll go maybe 2-0.
2-0 Chelsea?
Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
What's your thoughts and predictions for the game?
I just adding on to what Mike said. Chelsea pretty decent form. No one expected Tuchel to do this well. Being unbeaten so far, and I think it's going to be a very open game because we all know how Bielsa will set up his team, attacking as always. But Chelsea a bit more organized, so I'm actually going for a Chelsea win, a big one, 3-0.
Oh, nice. Actually, I was thinking the same scoreline as you. I was going to go for 3-0 as well because I feel like Leeds is like a ticking time bomb. They always play expensive, but when they play expensive against the big teams, they always tend to self-detonate. Because you don't have the quality players to match up with the other team. Okay, next game.
I think this season is a learning curve for them. So I think they'll probably learn from this season, and probably if they are still going to be, obviously they're going to be in the Premier League next season, I hope. It's a learning curve for them. So next season we will see a better Leeds side, I guess.
Do you
More
think Bielsa will
pragmatic.
still be there?
What?
Do you think Bielsa will still be there?
Yeah, he definitely will be there lah.
Because I know like there are other job openings right now, and he's one of the names that's been being thrown out. Like, you know, he could be like the manager that takes over teams like your Barcelona, your other teams.
Yeah. We'll never know lah. Football is very unpredictable, especially in the managerial aspect.
True. Okay, next game we have is I think your shit game of the week. Your Palace versus West Brom.
Right. There it goes.
Okay, Kumar, since your favorite manager is managing one of these teams, actually no, your two favorite managers actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Two
you want to give us a bit of
best managers that I have known in my lifetime.
you want to give us a bit of your preview for this and your scoreline prediction?
West Brom, as always, never really liked them. Be it's Sam Allardyce or not, I find them like a very defensive team, just likes to frustrate others, and I don't know what they are actually playing for in the end. But Crystal Palace is having Zaha back, so I think it's going to be a very big impact for Roy Hodgson in this game. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Palace.
All right. Mike, how about you? Like, what are your thoughts on the game?
I have to be with Kumar on that. I think Palace will edge it out 2-1. Be a tight game, quite a tight affair, but as usual, I think Palace have a bit more of star power. They'll just come into the game. They've got pacey wingers. They'll just keep doing the same thing that they've been doing the entire season and just scrape out it's not going to be an easy win, but they'll scrape it out.
Right. Yeah. I think I have to agree with you guys as well. I don't see West Brom managing a win out of like this kind of fixtures. Palace, they have to start picking up points because I think they're a bit lower down the table right now, right? If I'm not wrong. And yeah, like you guys said, Zaha is back, big bonus. I don't like West Brom because I don't like the jersey. Like I feel like teams with ugly jerseys should get relegated as well. So,
Yeah.
But biasness aside, I think 2-1 for Palace as well. Next game we have is Everton against Burnley, which is like a Sunday early morning 1:30 a.m. kickoff. Mike, what are your thoughts on this game?
Everton has been a team that I think would be like the team that's done quite well for their own standards this season, especially with the players that they've gotten. So, but Burnley is a side that has been getting wins. Like we've seen Burnley get wins from top teams with their anti-football approach. So it might be a hard contest. They won't make it easy for Everton, but I feel like Everton will still edge it out. I would say 2-0. Richarlison on the score sheet.
I never liked that play. Kumar, your Merseyside rivals. Can you see them catching up with Liverpool at some point? Do you think they can get 3 points out of this game?
Aren't they above us actually? No. Not too sure.
I think they're still behind you, but like goal difference or a game behind.
Everton all above Liverpool. Oh my god. Yeah, but Everton, I mean, they do turn up at times, but sometimes you can see they have their off days as well. This game probably will kind of like show their how to put it, their true status in what they really want to achieve this season. So these are the type of games that they have to grind out the result. So if they can, I think I do see them finishing in the top 7 this season, probably ending up playing Europa League most next season. 2-0 for Everton.
Yeah, I was also thinking the same scoreline as well, 2-0 for Everton, so like comfortable victory. I think you have is Carroll the win back? He is, right?
Yeah, he's fit and playing. It's just that he's not on the scoring sheet at the moment.
Richarlison is back to his scoring form. I don't know how that guy suddenly came into that form of his.
No, because I think Ancelotti shifted the system a bit. Instead of playing him on the wing, right, they are actually playing him on the striker role. They are more central, so they are pushing Sigurdsson more towards the wide areas.
Right.
So he's like linking up with Dine for the crosses and all those kind of stuff.
It's more like
so that's
yeah. Yeah, and I don't see Burnley putting up a fight. Yeah, so it's Everton for me. And okay, the last game for like our Saturday roundup is Fulham against Man City. Kumar, what are your thoughts on this game?
Scott Parker surprised me. I think Fulham is the most surprising team actually, to be honest, this season. Even though they are in the bottom three, they have been actually playing very well. And actually, to be honest, from the start to now, they have actually been playing very well. It's just that the results has not gone their way up to recently, the last 7 or 8 games, which I got this strong feeling that they might actually survive this season somehow. And another team is just going to get sucked into the relegation zone because of the substance that they have in the team, the way they are so organized. You know, the Anderson, Ola Aina, Areola, all these guys are like hitting form. They are keeping the clean sheets there. So that's very important, especially if you are a relegation threatened team. But on the other hand, Man City going for the title, they just lost against their arch rivals United. So was we all can say, I think it's fair to say that it was a shocking result. No one expected City to lose at home.
Oh yeah, we didn't. It's in chance.
Yeah, so
United, is it?
Yeah, City and United. Yeah, I mean, it throws up surprises lah. But I think that City will bounce back in this game. It's going to be a bit too much for Fulham, but
they bounce back.
It's going to be a frustrating game lah. Say again?
They won Southampton 5-2, remember? Like midweek.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your scoreline prediction for this game?
1-0 City.
1-0 City. Okay, Mike, thoughts on this game?
Yeah, just to again emphasize on what Kumar said, it was a shock to see that Man City lost to United, especially at home. But they bounced back pretty quick. They, like you mentioned, they won 5-0, right?
5-2, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they knew that it was a blip. There was just a blip that they had, and it was quite a shock. So they took it upon themselves to immediately bounce back, get 5-0. I feel like they're gonna go on the offensive again with Fulham. So they're gonna try to again get a high scoring scoreline for the game, but I don't really see that much happening. So I'm just gonna go with a safe 2-0 to City.
Okay.
I think it was a 5. I think against Southampton was a 5-2. They conceded 2.
Oh yeah, 5-2. Yes, 5-2.
For me, my thoughts on this game is I think we all know Fulham's football pitch is a bit small. It's crafted just nice for them, and I think you guys should know that I'm going to predict a shot here. I'm going to think 1.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, 1-1 for Fulham. I think it's City is going to play into Fulham's hands. Fulham, they're going to be a bit sound at the back. Counter attack, we saw that against Liverpool. How they played. I think they're going to use the same blueprint again, and I think because City, they have to concentrate on the Champions League game they have coming up midweek, so they might rest a few players for this weekend. So
they rest the whole first 11 or so. The second team will go on and still get the result lah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, one can only hope for them to start dropping points. Because if I'm not wrong, they're only 17 points away from the title. So,
very possible for the City side.
Yeah. Okay, first game on Sunday, Southampton against Brighton. If I'm not wrong, I think it's a derby, like a South.
Yeah, it's some South Coast derby or something like that.
So, Mark, thoughts on this game? Southampton against Brighton.
I don't know, man. It's two teams. I wouldn't say it's a shit game, a second shit game of the week, but it is not the most interesting games to watch unless you're an avid supporter of either one of the sides. Yeah. Hard to say. Brighton has been a side that's it's very here and there, they're all over the place in a sense, but they can be consistent at times. I could see maybe a 1-1 draw.
Interesting. Kumar, your thoughts on this game?
Southampton, after a very heavy defeat, seems like Ralph Hasenhuttl has kind of slipped back into his quite dry form again, I guess. There was a period where after the first ever 9-0 defeat, they were on a very good run, and then subsequently after they got it back from United, I think they slipped back into that kind of dreaded form. So I kind of see a shock result here. I'm actually going for Brighton win.
Scoreline?
2-1.
I'm actually going to go for a Brighton win as well. 2-1. I see Southampton, they keep falling. Their form is not improving at the moment. The only shock result that came the last 5 games was that 1-1 draw against Chelsea. I think there's some losses in there. Brighton is a team where you expect them to win because they create a lot of chances, but they just can't score. So hopefully this is a game where they, it's a derby. They can use that to motivate themselves, try to get a win.
Yep.
So 2-1 for me, Brighton. Next game we have is Leicester against Sheffield. Kumar, thoughts on this game?
Actually, Kishan, let's get your thoughts first. What do you think?
True. Finally, we're taking over now. We're taking over as a host now.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's a fair shout, okay. Leicester is a team where, they just got knocked out of Europa League, so I think they can just concentrate on this Premier League for now. They are a team who are known to, tend to drop off at the last hurdle. We saw it last season, we saw it the season before last. I think we're seeing it again this season, but I think the last game they managed to come back and win 2-1. I think that was, I forgot who it was against. Don't bother. Sheffield, we just knew that Wilder he just left the club. I don't think it's a really good move because it's either you finish the season, or if you wanted to fire him, you should fire him when you know the results are not going to improve. Now, I just find it's a bit too late. It's a bit redundant. Let him finish the season. Your new manager is not going to come in and improve your form right away. I don't think you have the capability to stay out right now. This game looks like an easy win for Leicester, but the Premier League surprises us a lot. I think Leicester might just sneak this 2-1. Mike, thoughts on this game?
I was about to emphasize on the point that they've lost their manager, and not every club can be like a Chelsea this season, in a sense where I think it might be a difficult game. I'll go with a 2-1 win to Sheffield.
Sheffield?
Yeah.
Wow.
The managerless Sheffield will win 2-1.
Oh, Mike has been
summoned. No, wait. Yeah, I feel like Sheffield was surprised.
Okay,
this is my crazy prediction for this game week. Sheffield was surprised.
I would love that. I would love that surprise because I want us to have some sort of healthy gap between second and third at the moment. Kumar, your thoughts on this game?
Don't worry, you're not going to get any gap because Leicester is going to definitely win this game. The reason is because Chris Wilder left. Yeah. It's not because he was sacked, he left. So it was a decision that he took. It's definitely going to take a toll on the players because they know they have let their manager down. Yeah. So I'm not sure how they're going to bounce back from this news. And Leicester is capable of actually just, coming out with a very big win in this kind of situations, and Iheanacho is on form now, so I see a easy 3-0 win for them.
That's a good shot actually. I can see the scoring happening, but I chose 2-1 instead. Okay, the biggest game of this week, and that's why we got Mike in. Arsenal against Spurs. Mike, thoughts on this game?
Spurs' form has been iffy up till the last 2 to 3 games where they start to perform really well. Yeah. Arsenal has been picking up their form as well, so it's a game where both teams are actually performing quite well. Bale has been very good in recent times, but Arsenal have been. I feel like it's a bit dry at the front as well. You haven't seen Aubameyang score in I don't know how many games. We've been relying on other players to step up, and it's a bit hard to ask fringe players El Neni scored in the previous game. Do you think that El Neni would get on the score sheet every single week? It's hard to say. It pains me to say this, but I could honestly kind of expect an Arsenal loss, but I'm going for I think it might be a 1-1 draw. Okay. Strongly a 1-1 draw.
I'm gonna add on to that. I was thinking a 1-1 draw as well. Arsenal and Spurs are two sides that I think they should be able to progress to the next one of the Europa League. Comfortable wins for them last night. I don't see them trying to get the top 4 spots because I think the gap's too big for them already. There are teams in between that have a better chance of reaching it. So their best chance to get a Champions League place is through winning Europa League. For me, it's 1-1 as well. Kumar, thoughts on your game? Thoughts on this game, sorry.
Before I go to my thoughts, El Neni is not the Egyptian king. Just you know that.
Egyptian king might be leaving. I don't know. We don't know.
But you know,
we'll get to it. We'll get to that afterwards.
be lucky, huh? Anyways, back to the North London derby. Yeah, like Spurs is suddenly, I don't know from where they got this form. I think they just started to click into gear. Harry Kane is firing again, and that is always a dangerous thing, especially in a derby, because he loves to play against Arsenal for some reason. I'm actually going to side Spurs in this situation, just solely because the form of the front three they have is going to cause a lot of problems for Arsenal, and I think Spurs are going to win 3-1.
Oh, it's a comfortable win. This is Emirates, you know.
Yeah, I usually favor Arsenal. If you all have been watching me for the past few episodes, and Arsenal do come away with a win when I predict them to win, but for this one, I just think that it's a bit too much for them. So I'm actually going for a 3-1 Spurs win.
Okay, for once, I'm not the Arsenal hater on the show. So you guys got Kumar to bait now. Okay, the next game, the second last game of this week is United against West Ham. I think I'll go first as the only United supporter here. Last night's game was a bit of an iffy one. We didn't look like we wanted to play that game. We were always like at the back foot, waiting for the ball to come to our feet, and then we play the ball out. I think we're resting players for this game. Important to get 3 points, but it's against David Moyes. He's coming back for revenge. His team, I know he's trying to, get a top 4 finish. I don't think that his team can get a top 4 finish, but he's going to try his best. Maybe he'll be that unlucky and finish 5th instead. And I hope this is a game where he actually start losing points. I'm going to go for United 1-0 win. Kumar, thoughts on this game?
I mean, your favourite Jesse Lingard is not going to play against you all, obviously, because it's a hidden club.
Let me tell you something. He's prepping himself for next week. You know why? He's playing Arsenal next week.
Oh, God.
Playing Arsenal where? You tell me now.
I think might be Emirates though.
He ain't dancing there, bro.
We'll see next week. Okay, come on, thoughts on this game.
Menu up and down. Sometimes suddenly they come out with a good win against City, and then they just go and draw with AC Milan in Europa League. So we will never know what United is going to turn up. I think solely depends on the form of Bruno in this game. So if he's going to turn up his performance, I see a very comfortable United 2-1 win actually.
2-1. You think we can't keep a clean sheet? Yeah, that's a very stupid question to ask. Can you keep a clean sheet? We've only got Maguire at the back.
I mean, there's mistakes in Maguire, there's mistakes in Lindelof. Yeah. They are bound to make that. And if De Gea plays, that's another error waiting to happen. I think his form has been quite bad also. Henderson has been better. The games that he played for United. Yeah, so Antonio is a very physical player, so he can just sneak a goal, which is why I give United a 2-1 win.
I just need everybody to play. Okay, Mike, thoughts on this game?
To emphasize on what Kumar said, it's true. It depends on which United side shows up. It could be a side that could actually dominate the game, play really well. But it could also be a game where they just get draws or they get absolutely nothing out of it. And West Ham has been a team they have not been amazing, but they have been consistent and they have been able to grind out good results as well. And I think Jesse Lingard has been a revelation for them in the front in their striking options. Yeah. Unfortunately, he can't play obviously because of parent club and so on and stuff like that. But I feel United might edge it out 1-0. Just 1-0.
It's another 1-0 win. 3 points is good enough for me, man. I'll take it. Last game of the week. Wolves against Liverpool. Kumar, your team. Currently facing one of their most upsetting form of the past few years, I would assume.
Makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to see this.
Can we just end the show now? There's no need to talk about Liverpool at all already.
Well, you're lucky at the Molyneux. You're lucky at the Molyneux.
Yeah, so...
I think
if it's at Anfield, then you're going to lose again.
If it's at Anfield, definitely I'm not going to watch the game in the first place. Used to be the opposite reaction.
Yeah. Okay, but now you guys playing in the Molyneux. Can you guys see yourself picking up 3 points against Wolves?
Really depends. I think the way that we qualified for the next round, the Champions League, I think it was a very good game that I watched. very simple. It's very simple. You play your players where they are supposed to play, you will get the results. Simple as that. Football is a very simple game.
Yeah.
So the more you complicate stuff, the more that is going to cause you problems, and that is what has been happening with Liverpool, playing their midfielders in centre back and etc. etc. Yeah, I'm always coming back to the point that about the injury and everything, but even if you want to go beyond that, you can. But it always comes down to the pitch, the players, and I feel that as long you don't have the right players in the right position, you cannot play the system. Liverpool drives on a system. If that system doesn't work, then you will see all these kind of shock results, which is not surprising actually to a lot of Liverpool fans now. All we are just hoping every single game that we'll come out with 3 points. For this game, yeah, it's not at Anfield, so I think the pressure is might be a bit off from them, but Wolves also a bit decent. The last few games, they've been keeping clean sheets and all. But I still feel that I think we have enough quality, and having Fabinho back and some of our centre backs like getting the rhythm good. So I feel that we might actually get away with a win. I'm actually going for a 1-0 Liverpool win.
Okay, my thoughts on this game. I think Liverpool should be able to find form again after that. I mean, they won 2-0 against Leipzig recently. That should motivate them because now they're through to the next round of the Champions League. Wolves is a bit hot and cold for me. I don't think they can always perform consistently against the bigger teams, especially Liverpool. They always tend to drop points against Liverpool. I know it's a bit hard to predict because of Liverpool's current form, but that's the home form. I think away they have been doing well. I can see Liverpool actually picking up easy 3 points here. For me, I'll say Liverpool to win 2-0. Mike, thoughts on this last game?
Only because the fact that we're playing at the Molineux that I'm thinking that Liverpool might edge out a win, but I don't think it'll be easy because Wolves has always been a side that's sort of be able to frustrate teams, especially when things are not the position's not going for them. If people were to assume it's going to be a Liverpool win, people Wolves will be the team that will be say hey, you know what, we're going to actually do something about it, and you come out either a draw or Wolves win. But the confidence of beating Leipzig in the Champions League fixtures the past few days, I would say that I think it might be a 1-1 draw. It's a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, very possible actually.
And that's about it for this week. So what do you guys think about your team's current performances? Is this week will this week be a good week for you guys? I mean, you guys both your teams, one in Europe, one is through to the next round, one is safely through. I can say 1 foot in. Big game for Mike, your team. It's an even bigger game for Kumar as well because Wolves is a team that we tend to drop points, but if we can pick up 3 points, it's a good motivator,
But do you know something actually, right? Just like Carragher said on Sky Sports, the omens are looking quite good for us to win the Champions League this season again, but not saying that it's going to happen. It's just omens, They were in 2005. We were having a very bad run also in the Premier League, and then end up we won the Champions League that season. But never know, never say no.
I mean, lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, though. But we will see.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I'm okay even if we don't qualify for the Champions League next season. I really feel that we need a entire reboot in terms of backroom staff, all the way down to the players, except for the manager. I want Klopp to stay. So just hoping that from now till the end of the season, we just try to just get the results, try to build some momentum and end the season off not so embarrassingly, at least in the top half of the Premier League table. All
right. Okay. Mike, your final thoughts before we all get back to the live.
Well, it's Arteta's first actual season as Arsenal's manager, so I feel like this will be the season where they actually they will back him enough to see how he goes. Obviously, if we keep losing all the remaining games that we have, then obviously it's not going anywhere and we have to let him go. But then it still is only first full-fledged season as a Arsenal's manager, so I feel like they're going to give him a chance beyond this. And he has been doing so well. I've seen he has kicked out Kolasinac, Mustafi, and then they just got and I heard news report they were involved in getting Schalke's current manager fired. So and they're looking for their 5th manager of the season. So I feel so far Arteta has been doing big decisions that he has been making has been the ones that have been impacting Arsenal in a positive light. So and to be fair, this is Arsenal's worst season in like probably like the last 20 years or so. So there is nowhere for Arsenal to go except for up. Yeah. So like I'm just gonna take this season as it is. It's like a trial season, and then see how we go in the summer. Whether we bring in more reinforcements, whether there's a changing style, whether we get rid of even more players. It's like like what Kumar said. Like it could be like we need to have a reboot because Arteta needs to put his foot down and his actual stamp into the club. And like if he has the full backing of the board and he has 100% decision of whatever to make, like backroom staff, players, and so on and so forth, there's nothing else Arsenal can do except to go up, unless like obviously like the players on the pitch are just not performing well enough and they don't deserve to wear the shirt. Then that's a whole different story. But it's an interesting time to be an Arsenal fan because I feel like Arteta could actually stay here for a long period of time. Like he could actually be our next Arsene Wenger in a sense.
Right. Okay. That's some sound judgment from you guys. We have come to the end of the show. That has been Kumar. I think you guys can find him on Twitter, always tweeting about stuff. Mike as well. Mike, you want to drop your handle? Like, where can they find you?
Mike Munez on, Instagram, on Twitter. All things, I wouldn't say all things Arsenal, but yeah, all things interesting. All things interesting.
All right. If you guys want to know what interesting things he's talking about, go and follow him. Go and talk to him and stuff. That's Kumar, and then I'm Kishan, and so I know it's a bit different for this week. We're trying to do different things. So what we guys can expect from you guys is to like and subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, do whatever you want to do, bash us, give us a smoke.
And if you want to get on our podcast episode in the coming weeks, maybe we are going to do another Zoom meeting, something like this. So I encourage you all to just comment. Maybe y'all can DM our Twitter account and we will make arrangements accordingly.
Okay. I'll try my best. Okay. All right. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you so much for this preview.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, see you guys. All right, bye.
Bye.